Take a screenshot. Oh, where'd the GPS go? Check the instruments, everything's in the green, which is a good thing. You always want things to be in the green. That's a good thing.
Bombardier 800 Mike, contact ground on 121.9er. 121.9er, Bombardier 800 Mike.
Now the real fun thing about this, let's see if I can. I'm still learning. When you get into aviation, you're always learning things. And me being at the bottom, I know more than most people, but I still don't know a lot compared to everyone. In the flight sim industry, I really don't know that much. I'm still, I'm not a certified pilot, blah blah blah. So a lot of these, I should have a lot of these like nav frequencies and whatnot in my head because I visited there, but I don't. Mostly because I was never the pilot in charge. I was always the passenger. Although my grandpa would let me, once we took off and were cruising, he'd let me take the control. Almost there. 109.60. Hey, look at that. Thank you. Alright. That's the site I'm going to have to bookmark. airnav.com. Okay, where's that GPS again? Instrument panel, GPS. Yeah, it's still ETA 14:19 local time. Down a little bit because we're not going to want to climb anymore. Let's get the lower end of that manifold pressure or the tach. Bring up the ATC window. Let's see. airport list. No. Airport's farther. Airport's farther. Wow. Why is it? Oh Lord.
Jackson Airport information. Whiskey 1804 Zulu. Wind 127 feet. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature 2.1. Altimeter 3010. ILS runway 24. Landing and departing runway 24. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact and have whiskey.
So we have information whiskey. Alright, we're gonna do a full stop.
5 Kilo Alpha 625 miles southeast with whiskey land. Cessna November 5 Kilo Alpha Jackson Tower. Enter left traffic runway 24. Altimeter 3011.
Common runway.
Left traffic runway 24. Cessna 2 Kilo Alpha.
Alright, well, we've made contact with the tower. Oh, there goes that Orion. Or that mall. Busy sky today. There's a 7-3. He might be going to Detroit. He might be climbing. 2, 4. No, he's ascending, so he's definitely going into Detroit somewhere. Oh, there's a 180. Cherokee 180. Yeah, busy sky today. And with the weather like this, who could blame him? Oh, look at that. It's all trimmed out. It's flying itself practically. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Keep an eye out for the airport because we shouldn't be. We're only 25 miles out. We're right on course. So like I said, there's still a lot I have to learn. A lot of it, I understand how to fly. It's a lot of the procedural things, like working the radio and just getting seat time, doing stalls and advanced maneuvers. It's that sort of thing that I haven't yet gotten to, and I really want to get back into it, but flight training's pretty expensive. Anything around aviation involves a lot of money. But it's one of those frustrating things for me because I know how to fly. I can fly an airplane. But until I get the proper training and whatnot, I can't legally fly, and that's a frustrating thing because I love flying. I want to go flying. I want to be around airplanes, but it's just not something I can really do like I'd like. A little strip down there. Jackson's somewhere shortly up ahead. But it's just eternally frustrating because it's something I know how to do, but I can't do, at least legally. But with any luck, here soon I'll be doing some regular training and whatnot with the Yankee Air Museum as part of their ramp crew. I'm in touch with people about doing that, and it's really exciting for me because not only will I be able to be around aircraft and whatnot, I'll be around vintage warbirds because they fly a B-25, they fly a B-17, and they fly a C-47. So that's exciting to me because it's not just being around airplanes. It's about being around historic pieces of history. The B-17, the B-25, C-47. Those are important things, an important part of our history. With being involved in World War II, and we're actually in a slight descent, but that's okay because we're about to the airport already. 40 degrees, cold. Let's see if we're 10% right. Oh, our altimeter was not set correctly, so we're a little higher than we thought. So that's just something exciting. I would always encourage people to get involved with anything in history. History is so important. If we don't learn from it, we're going to be doomed to repeat it. And there's a lot of history. Ooh, we're getting bouncy now. Hello. What was there? ATIS. No more. 127.95. We'll move to X-ray from Whiskey.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 132.1. Altimeter 3010. ILS runway 24. Landing and departing runway 24. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have X-ray.
Alright, so now we have X-ray as opposed to Whiskey. We're about 5 more minutes. Yeah, maybe one of these trips I'll have to fly over to Ypsilanti, and that's over that way a ways. Ypsilanti is where the Yankee Air Museum is. So it'd be kind of neat to fly there. And actually it'd be about equivalent to a literal puddle jump because Toledo, or where I'm at in Toledo anyway, it's roughly an hour drive. That's being generous. It's closer to 45 minutes to an hour drive from where I'm at. So it's a real easy drive. Flying, it would be quite a bit quicker because you can, as the crow flies. Okay, I'll start backing off the throttle a little bit. Start descending some. It's like my dad always told me, and he used to have his flight instructor certificate. Pitch to airspeed, throttle to altitude, or something along those lines. Well, okay, so the airport's dead ahead of us. And we're gonna enter a left pattern traffic, which means we're gonna fly parallel to the runway that we're gonna land on, and the runway is going to be to our left, and that will be a left downwind. And then we'll turn a left base, and then final approach. How well I do it, we'll see.